Welcome back to Capitol Review. A new poll in Virginia shows a double-digit lead for the gubernatorial race. A poll from Roanoke College shows former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger leading Republican Winsome Earle-Sears 39 to 24%, with 32% of voters still undecided. 4% say they would vote for someone else. Capitol Review is Dr. Harry Wilson. He's the interim director for the Institute for Policy and Opinion Research at Roanoke College. Dr. Wilson, welcome to Capitol Review.
Thanks. Happy to be here this morning.
We're happy to have you. As you know, Dr. Wilson, Abigail Spanberger is showing a major lead for this race. Are the numbers surprising to you at this point?
You know, I don't know that I would really say surprising. I expected probably Spanberger to have a lead. My emphasis on this is that this is really early, and that we have, even though Spanberger does have a 15-point lead, and you'd much prefer to be up by 15 than down by 15, we've got about a third of the registered voters who are undecided. So there's a long, long way to go in this race. And if we compare that to, say, a year ago when we were polling for the presidential election, I think we had undecideds at this point in time at about 5% or 7%, something like that.
Well, Dr. Wilson, you talk about a third, 32% of registered voters are undecided. How do these candidates go after those undecided voters? What are they looking for?
Well, I think probably as in most elections, everyone's trying to shore up their base first. So I think that's certainly where they would go. That's where each of them would go. And then you have to try to get independent voters. I think the days of trying to persuade anyone on the other side to vote for you, those days I think are really long over. They may come back at some point, but that's not where we are now. Now it's really a base game and get as many independents as you can.
Dr. Wilson, do you feel that Virginia voters are focused on this election?
And I can't tell you from the polling because we didn't really ask that, but my guess or my assumption would be probably not very much. I think those of us for you in the news business or for me in the polling business, that we pay attention to these things 24/7 because that's what we do. But I like to think that most people have lives that they lead other than being intensely involved in politics, except for those people who directly are, and they're doing other things. I mean, lots of my friends at this point are not really focused on this election, and I'm sure probably that would be true. I don't know if you live in Virginia or not, but if you lived in Virginia, that would probably be true of you as well. That people are living their lives, and we just got through a contentious presidential election, and I think people sometimes don't really want to jump right back in, especially when we've got so long to go before November.
Well, Dr. Winsome Earle-Sears, a Republican incumbent lieutenant governor, does she have to hitch her wagon to President Trump and his performance? Do they go together?
I would say no. If she was going to hitch her wagon to anyone, I would hitch my wagon to Governor Youngkin. I would not be hitching my wagon to Donald Trump, who had an approval rating in Virginia of 37%, which is where he was 4 years ago. He just picked up where he left off in Virginia in our polling, which was not very good. Whereas Youngkin is at 53%, and I would be hitching my wagon to him. And my guess is that Youngkin will be out there working for her.
Dr. Harry Wilson, thank you so very much for joining us.
Sure, thank you.
Well, meanwhile, there is a challenger for Lieutenant Governor Earle-Sears. We're learning former Northern Virginia Delegate Dave LaRock has filed paperwork. Meanwhile, former State Senator Amanda Chase says she is also filing paperwork. LaRock served in the House of Delegates from 2014 to 2024. He says he's running to protect families, defend freedom, and restore prosperity. His priority is to create a Virginia version of DOGE. Meanwhile, Chase served 8 years in the state Senate. She says Virginia needs a Trump in heels if Republicans are going to defeat Democrat frontrunner Abigail Spanberger in November.